Episode 2, Healing the Lost Identity of Our Youth. Theme, Youth Empowerment Through Self-Awareness and Soul Connection. Key message, our youth are not lost. They are waiting to be seen, heard, and guided back to their purpose. Introduction. In every corner of Papua New Guinea, the cries of our youth echo louder than we realize, not only through violence, addiction, or unemployment, but through silence, confusion, and disconnection. What we often call lost youth are actually souls searching for belonging, hearts longing for identity, and minds desperate for direction. Many young people today are fighting battles that began long before them, battles of broken systems, cultural displacement, and emotional wounds inherited through generations. But beneath the pain lies divine potential waiting to awaken. The episode of SoulVoice PNG is a call to remember. Our youth are not broken, they are simply disconnected from their soul's truth. One, the emotional wounds behind youth violence and unemployment. When a young person turns to violence, addiction, or crime, it is not merely rebellion, it is communication. It is the soul's cry for validation, for belonging, and for meaning. In many of our communities, our youth grow up without emotional safety or positive identity models. They are told what not to do, but rarely shown who they are. They are disciplined for their mistakes, but not guided through their pain. As a result, anger becomes a shield, and numbness becomes survival. Youth violence and unemployment are not just social issues, they are spiritual symptoms of unhealed wounds. A wounded soul cannot see its purpose clearly. It moves in reaction instead of direction. What our youth truly need is not only jobs or policies. They need inner healing. They need safe space to express themselves, to be mentored, and to learn that their life has meaning beyond survival. When the soul is healed, the mind becomes clear and the heart begins to hope again. Two, the importance of purpose-driven mentoring and spiritual education. Mentoring is not about teaching youth what to think. It's about awakening them to who they really are. Purpose-driven mentoring sees beyond behavior and recognizes the soul. It asks questions and guides reflection, not judgment. It helps the young person discover their gifts, values, and spiritual identity. It teaches them that their story, no matter how painful, carries wisdom and strength. We must reintroduce spiritual education not in a religious sense, but as a soul-centered framework that reconnects young people to truth, character, and purpose. This is how we restore identity from within. A youth who understand their soul's purpose becomes unstoppable. They no longer wait for opportunities, they create them. They lead from within, not from fear or comparison, but from alignment. Number 3, the role of community and elders. Our elders once carried wisdom that guided generations. Today, that bridge must be rebuilt. We must return to the community-based mentorship, where wisdom is shared through stories, example, and presence. A single conversation with an elder who listens with compassion can heal more than years of silence. A mentor who believes in a young man can reignite their hope. Healing identity requires collective effort. The home, the school, the church, the community, all must come together to remind our youth, you are not lost. You are part of something sacred. You belong. Number 4, a call to the nation. Papua New Guinea stands at the crossroads. The strength of our future depends on how we nurture the souls of our youth today. If we continue to overlook their inner needs, we risk raising another generation disconnected from truth and integrity. But if we invest in their hearts and minds, if we guide them through self-awareness and soul connection, we will raise a generation of leaders with character, entrepreneurs with vision, and citizens with conscience. Healing the lost identity of our youth begins when we choose to see them not as problems to be fixed, but as souls to be awakened. Closing message. Let us be the generation that listens, that mentors, that restores. Let us teach our youth not just how to survive, but how to become. For within every young person lies the light of a nation waiting to rise.